A+ലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the ENCLAPS channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
Hey, the world of sight is so beautiful, isn't it? How do we see objects around us? Yes, it is because of light. Light is the form of energy essentially required to see objects. Let me ask you another question. How do we see objects using light? That is, we know that light is essential for seeing. But how does light help us to see objects? We see objects when light strikes an object and returns to our eyes. That's why we cannot see any objects in the dark. Assume that a man is standing on a road at night that has no street lights. If there is a bulb in a distance, he can see it glowing. He can see that the light bulb because the light from that bulb reaches his eye. Then, why does the place where he stands remain dark even when the light comes to him? Let's see. We can never really see the light. If so, how do we feel the light around us then? When light hits the particle in the atmosphere, it illuminates them. So, it is clear that we feel the presence of light because the particles in the atmosphere around us glow when the light strikes. But the light rays coming from the distant bulb have a very low intensity. They won't be able to illuminate the particles in its path. That's the reason why he can see the light from the bulb but cannot see the surroundings. Light has many fascinating properties. We are familiar with some of them like reflection and refraction. So, in this lesson, let's have more discussion on the reflection of light. In clear water and on a smooth surfaces, we can see our images, can we? This is due to the reflection of light. Light falling on the surface of an object comes back to the same medium. This is called the reflection of light. What do you mean by a medium? Medium is the space or material through which light rays are passing. But light does not need any medium to travel. It can travel through vacuum also. But if light is passing through air, water, glass, diamond or any other material, we call them a medium. We have seen that the light would hit the surface and reflect back. But does the reflection occur in the same way on all the surfaces? Let's see. Here, we can see two types of surfaces. First one is a smooth surface and the second one is a rough surface. Beam of light is incidenting on both of them. What do we observe here? The light rays are coming parallel in both the cases. But after reflection, there comes a difference. In the first surface, the light rays reflect back in the regular parallel order itself. But on the second surface, the light rays are reflecting back irregularly. The reflection happening in the first surface is called the regular reflection. That is, when parallel rays of light incident on a smooth surface, they will reflect back regularly and parallelly. The reflection happening in the plane mirror is an example of regular reflection. Plane mirrors are made by coating reflecting materials like silver on the one side of the glass and thereby the other surface making a reflecting surface. The reflecting surface of a plane mirror is smooth and clear. So, regular reflection will happen in them and as a result an image will be formed. The reflection happening in the second surface is called the irregular reflection. When parallel rays of light incident on a rough or a non-smooth surface, the light rays will undergo irregularly after reflection. This is the scattered reflection. Here, light undergoes reflection but no image will be formed. Light undergoes irregular or scattered reflection in the dust particles of the atmosphere. This is called scattering. Have you ever observed when a torch is switched on in a dark room, the whole room gets illuminated? This is because of the irregular reflection of light. The light rays undergo irregular reflection when hitting on the dust particles of the room. Look at this picture. You can see a schematic representation of reflection here. A ray of light AO is incidenting on the reflecting surface of a plane mirror. A plane mirror is represented by a straight line and the non-reflecting side is indicated by shading that side as shown here. The light ray is hitting on a surface and reflects back to the same medium. Here, the light ray AO is incidenting on the plane mirror and the reflecting ray is OB. AO is called the incident ray and OB is called the reflected ray. A normal N is drawn at a point O where the reflection is happening. The angle made by the incident ray with the normal is called the angle of incidence, which is represented by the letter I. Here, angle AON is the angle of incidence. The angle made by the reflected ray with the normal is called the angle of reflection, which is represented by the letter R. Here, angle BON is the angle of reflection. Here, angle AON and angle BON are equal. That is, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. So, we can say that when light is reflected from a smooth surface, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal. And from this figure, it is clear that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal to the surface are in the same plane. This is called the laws of reflection. So, in this session, we have learned different types of reflection and the laws of reflection. Next time you look in a mirror, remember that the image is forming due to reflection. See you later.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.